Welcome to the Blossom Mindset, a space for growth, reflection, and taking intentional steps towards the life that you want to create. I am your host, Lindsay, a behavior analyst, certified clinical trauma specialist, author, and entrepreneur. This podcast is here to support you in building self-awareness, reconnecting with your values, and moving forward with more clarity and intention. Together, we'll explore mindset shifts, practical tools, and meaningful conversations to help you work through challenges, realign when life feels off, and continue growing in ways that truly matter. As a gentle reminder, this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not intended to be a substitute for any mental health or behavioral health treatment. I'm so grateful you are here and ready to start your personal growth journey. Let's get started. Hello and good morning. Welcome back to the Blossom Mindset. I have my Rise Mushroom Coffee here with me this morning as we get ready to record. If you are interested in Rise, I have code Blossom Mindset 15 for 15% off of your purchase. So delving in today, we are going to go into a mindset shift because what if everything is just going terribly, or what if it's going great? We can sometimes get so stuck on the what if that sometimes it can stop us from moving forward in the direction we want to go. So I notice a lot it can be, what if it doesn't work out? What if I don't get that opportunity? What if I don't get that job? What if I don't win that giveaway? Okay, so what if? What if we shift to, what if I did? What if it all worked out? What if I got that job? What if I won that giveaway? Shifting that mindset can help us act forward. Let's think about it for a second. If we are in that thought of, what if I don't win that giveaway? Okay, first off, it's okay if you don't, but you also won't know or won't even have a chance if you don't enter. So, well, what if I don't win, or I'm not going to win? So you just don't apply. You don't enter the giveaway. So then your chances are zero. But what if you shift that mindset to, what if I do? What if I do win that giveaway and I get to go on an awesome trip? You put your chances out there and you acted forward because you had that thought of, well, what if I do? I'm just going to do it. Why not? That's something that I went through earlier this year. I never win giveaways, ever. Like, that's just not something I've done. And I've shifted that mindset to, well, what if I try? It doesn't hurt to try. I'm not losing anything. So why not? I ended up entering a giveaway for a dome in the mountains, one of those Airbnb domes, like super cool. It's been on my bucket list. I've been wanting to go. So I was like, why not? It's okay if I don't get it, but why not? Because if I don't try, there's zero chance of me getting it. Lo and behold, I think it was like 5 days later, I got an Instagram message that I won it. It's like, this is so cool. I had to like triple check just to make sure it was legit. And it's booked. I'm so excited to go. And that opportunity wouldn't have been there if I didn't apply. And even another one the other day where, again, I never win giveaways. I was like, you know what? It's a free week of yoga at a new studio. I'd love to try. I've been talking about on my vision board also doing more yoga this year. And I just have not fully acted on it. So I was at an event, put my email on a list for a giveaway, and I think it was like 3 days ago, I got a message that I won the giveaway. I was like, that is so cool and it's so wild. Would I have been okay if I didn't win it? Absolutely. But if I went in and I was like, well, what if I don't get it and I'm just not going to apply? It's going to stop that action of me moving towards something that could be important to me or could be more fulfilling. So as we navigate through, and whether you're thinking about trying something new, applying for a new job, entering a giveaway, something so simple, I want you to ask yourself and shift it. Are you noticing you're like, well, what if I don't win? Or what if it's not working out? Okay, so how can you notice and shift that to something that might be a little bit more forward movement? Because again, if we're stuck in that, what if it doesn't work out? You're likely to not even act and try. So if we shift that mindset to what if it does, it's giving you the opportunity to try. Now, you might encounter some disappointment if you don't get it, that job, that giveaway, whatever it is, and then we learn how to overcome it then. But then shifting to, well, I planted seeds. because you can't grow if you're not planting seeds. So understanding what is important to you, what is going to make you feel good, and moving in that direction. Still coming back to that same, like, is it moving me away from our goals or is it moving me towards my goals? And you have that choice to make. So when you're stuck in that cycle of, what if it doesn't work out? What if I'm failing? What if they don't like me? There's so many different contexts that we can use that in. What if they don't like me? Well, is that okay? Sure, it's okay. Not everyone's going to like us. And we can then guide that forward to a different action or something that might be a little bit more important. Because also at the same point, what if they do? What if you're just overthinking it? We don't know. Those what ifs get us like stuck in that mental state instead of that action. So if we can shift out of being stuck, have a little bit of acceptance for those thoughts and shift forward, we can create more aligned action. I notice a lot too that when we're stuck in that negative what if cycle, it's like this loop that can be playing in our minds and we just kind of stop, or we get in our heads and we overthink things and we create rules that aren't reality. What if they don't like me? What if I'm a terrible person? And those are rules that you can be creating. So if we can start to shift them to more flexible rules that can lead us in a better direction, that is more helpful for you. When you are reflecting, I want you to ask yourself this. Is that what if statement I'm telling myself helpful in moving me in the direction of where I want to go? Or is it not helpful, and is it limiting me and keeping me stuck from moving forward? Again, it can apply to so many different areas of your life. Like with business, what if I reach out and I get told no? Then you get told no, but you planted a seed. What if that person doesn't like me? What if they're judging me? Okay, they might be. We can't control them. We also don't know what they're thinking either. I know that I can get stuck in that at the gym sometimes of, what do they think of me? And it stops me from doing maybe some machines that I want to do. I feel like, it's a feeling, that I might be being judged. But I think about it too, and I have to kind of correct myself in the moment of, there's how many people in the gym right now? How many people are in here? And they're probably doing their own thing. Some of them probably are feeling the same I am, where I'm like looking around, I don't know what to do, I feel uncomfy, so I don't always do the machines that I want to do. And it's having to retrain and shift my mind, because when I'm stuck in that thought of, what if they're judging me? What if I mess up? What if I make myself look like a fool? Then I'm not doing what I actually want to be doing in those moments. I'm not living like I want in those moments. I want to be trying these things. I want to be doing other machines. Sometimes, at least for me, it is limiting. At first, when I got back in the gym, I hired a trainer because I needed help, not necessarily with the movements or the accountability, but navigating the gym and trying to work through these different machines because of those thoughts and those fears of, what if someone's judging me? What if I make a fool out of myself? Navigating gym equipment, being 4'9" is not easy. Most of the machines are not made for a small body. So I've come into challenges where like I'm trying to navigate these machines and I physically cannot. So I have to learn how to shift and work through that. So I hired the trainer to help me move towards my goals in that area and learn how to navigate some situations or find some flexibility in those moments. But if I said, what if they're judging me, and I allowed that to take control and not do what I wanted to do, I wouldn't be meeting some of the goals that I have for myself or living in alignment with my values of that health and wellness, of feeling good, of building that strength. So you have to come back to yourself too when you're getting stuck in that cycle of what if, and start to shift it. So I encourage you this week, when you're noticing a what if that is leading you away from your goals, how can you shift that to create some more aligned action? What if statement can you tell yourself that will help you act forward in more alignment? Because again, there's so many statements that we could tell ourselves. There's so many different contexts in which they occur. There's so many different shifts that you can make. And it's up to you to notice when you're getting stuck in that cycle, in those rigid, rule-following behaviors that you're creating in your mind, and shifting to something a little bit more flexible that is going to move you towards the direction that you want to go. So again, I encourage you today or this week, this month, to notice when you're going into the negative what if cycle, thought loop, and shift to something that might be a little bit more flexible. What is the opposite? What can you tell yourself? Because again, it is a what if. We don't know the outcome. They're just thoughts, they're just statements that we're making. But what is in our control is how we respond to those thoughts. And if we need to shift it to something a little bit more flexible, it might help you then create that forward action towards a more values-aligned life. So this week, what is one action that you can take when you are noticing a what if statement that is leading to some avoidance? What is one action that you can take that will move you in the direction of your goals? So if it's that giveaway that you see that you want, apply for it. If it's that job posting that you see that you feel like you might not get, submit the application. Those are actionable steps that you can take that will move you towards your goals. Again, you may not get it, and that's okay. That's a different scenario that we have to work through. But if we just don't do it completely and we're avoiding, we never give ourselves the chance. So I encourage you this week, give yourself the chance. In whatever context, whatever scenario it is, give yourself the chance to see, is this going to work out? Because you never know until you try. Until next week. Thank you for joining in on this episode of The Blossom Mindset with me. I hope that our discussion has inspired you to take actionable steps towards blossoming into your fullest potential. Don't forget, the best way to show your support is by liking, sharing, and leaving a 5-star review on this podcast. Feel free to drop any ideas for future podcast topics by commenting on my most recent Instagram post of this episode. If you are interested in additional resources or one-to-one coaching, check out our website linked in the show notes. I am so proud of you. By tuning in and listening, you just took one small, actionable step forward towards blossoming into your fullest potential.